Hello everyone, I am Priyanka Kulsundar, Assistant Professor IT Department. In my previous video, we discussed about database architecture and data model. And in this video, we discuss component of ER model and reduction of ER diagram into table format. Now, first we discuss what is entity relationship diagram. Entity relationship model describes the structure of database with the help of diagram is known as entity relationship diagram. Okay, and ER model is a design or blueprint of database that can be implemented as a data. And the main component of ER model are entity set and relationship set. So an ER diagram show the relationship among entity set. An entity set is a group of similar entities and this entity can have attribute. Okay. In terms of DBMS, an entity is a table or attribute of a table in database. So, by showing relationship among the table and their attributes, in this case, ER diagram show the complete logical structure of a database. So, let's have a look at a simple ER diagram to understand the concept. This is the simple ER diagram. In this diagram, we have two entities, student and college, and their relationship. The relationship between student and college is many to one, as a college can have many students. However, a student can't study in multiple colleges at the same time. Okay. Student entity has attributes such as student ID, student name, student address, and college entity such as college ID and college name. This is the simple diagram of entity relationship. Now, here are the some geometric shape and their meaning used in ER diagram. So, first one is rectangle. Rectangle represent entity set. Rectangle represent entity set. Second one is ellipse that represent attribute. Ellipse represent attribute. Third one is diamond. It represent relationship set. Okay, third one is diamond. It represent relationship set. Fourth one is double ellipse. It means it represent multi-value attribute. It always represent multi-value attribute. Then fifth one is dashed ellipse. It represent derived attribute. Dash ellipse, it represent derived attribute. And sixth one is double rectangle. Double rectangle represent weak entity set. It is useful when we draw the ER diagram. Got it? How to draw the ER diagram? Now, next point is component of ER diagram. The component of ER diagram that is divided into three types. First one is entity, second one is attribute, and third one is relation. Now, entity is divided into weak entity, and attribute has also subtype such as key attribute, composite attribute, multi-value attribute, and derived attribute. And third one is relation. Relation between one to one, one to many, many to many, and many to one. Okay. Now we will discuss one by one. First, entity. An entity is an object or component of data. An entity is represented as a rectangle in ER diagram. Entity is represented in rectangle format. For example, in the following ER diagram, we have two entities, student and college, and those two entities have many to one relationship. As many students study in a single college, we will read more about relationship later. For now, focus on entities. Okay. Now, next one is weak entity. This is type of entity. It is weak entity. In this case, an entity that cannot be uniquely identified by its own attribute and release on the relationship with other entity is called as weak entity. Weak entity is nothing but the uniquely identified by own attribute and relationship with other entity. Okay, and weak entity is represented by a double rectangle. Always note that weak entity is representing double rectangle. For example, here a bank account can't be uniquely identified without knowing the bank to which the account belongs. So bank account is a weak entity. Got it? Now the next type is attribute. An attribute describes the property of an entity. Attribute describes the property of an entity. An attribute is represented as an oval in a ER diagram. Attribute is represented oval in ER diagram. There are four types of attribute. First one is multi-value attribute. In multi-value attribute that can be hold multiple values is known as multi-valued attribute. It is represented with double oval. It is always representing double oval. For example, a person can have more than one phone number, so the phone number attribute is multi-value. Got it? That multi-value attribute. Now, the next one is derived attribute. Derived attribute is one whose value is dynamic and derived from another attribute. Okay? It is always represent dash oval in ER diagram. For example, percentage is a derived attribute as it is changed over time and can be derived from another attribute. For example, date of birth, etc. Okay. Now the next one is key attribute. Key attribute can uniquely identify an entity from entity set. Okay, for example, student roll number can uniquely identify the student from the set of student. Okay, and key attribute is represented by oval. Key attribute is represented by ovals. Then next one is composite attribute. Composite attribute is a combination of other attribute is known as composite attribute. Combination of other attribute. For example, in a student entity, the student address is a composite attribute. Student address is a composite attribute as an address is composed of other attributes such as pin code, state, countries, etc. Got it? Now the next type of component is relationship. A relationship is represented by a diamond shape in ER diagram and it shows the relationship among entities. There are four types of relationship. First one is one-to-one relationship. What happens in one-to-one relationship? When a single instance of an entity that is associated with a single instance of another entity is known as one-to-one relationship. For example, a person has only one passport and a passport is given to one person. Okay, a person has only one passport and that passport is given to one person. Now next one is one-to-many relationship. What happens in one-to-many relationship? When a single instance of an entity is associated with more than one instance of another entity, then it is called as one-to-many relationship. For example, a customer can place many orders, but an order can't be placed by many customers. Okay, a customer can place many orders. Customer can place many orders, but an order can't be placed by many customers. Okay. Now next one is many-to-one relationship. What happens in many-to-one relationship? When more than one instance of an entity is associated with a single instance of another entity. More than one instance of entity associated with another entity is known as many-to-one relationship. For example, many students can be studied in a single college. Many students can be studied in single college, but student cannot study in many colleges at the same time. Okay. And fourth one is many to many relationship. What happens in many to many relationship? When more than one instance of an entity is associated with more than one instance of another entity is known as many to many relationship. For example, A can be assigned to many projects and a project can be assigned to many students. Okay. A can be assigned to many projects, student can be assigned to many projects, and a project can be assigned to many students. Got it? Third type of component, that is relationship. Now we discuss reduction of ER diagram into table. The database can be represented using the notation, and this notation can be reduced to a collection of table. Okay. In the database, every entity set or relationship set can be represented in a tabular format. Now we discuss how to convert the ER diagram into tabular format. So entity type become a table. It means that in the given ER diagram, lecture, student, then subject and course forms individual tables. Okay. All single value attribute become a column for the table. In the student entity, student name and student ID and student name from the column of student table. Similarly, course name and course ID from the column of course table, and so on. Okay. Now next one is a key attribute of the entity type represent a primary key. Key attribute type represent the primary key. In the given ER diagram, course ID and student ID, course ID and student ID, subject ID, also subject ID and lecture ID are the key attribute of the entity. Lecture ID are the key attribute of the entity. Now the next one is the multi-value attribute is represented by a separate table. In the student table, hobby is a multi-valued attribute. Student table, hobby is a multi-valued attribute. So it is not possible to represent multiple value in a single column of a student table. Okay. It means that in student table, hobby is not included. Got it? Now the next one is, hence we create a table student hobby with the column name student ID and hobby. Okay. By using both the column, we can create composite key. And composite attribute represented by the components, such as in given ER diagram, student address is a composite attribute. And it contains city, pin, door, street and state. Okay. And in the student table, this attribute can merge as an individual column. Okay. And derived attribute are not considered in a table. Derived attribute is not to be considered in a table structure. In the student table, age is the derived attribute. So it can be calculated at any point of time by calculating the difference between current date and date of birth. Okay. By using this rule, you can convert the ER diagram into table and column and assign the mapping between the table. Here the table structure for the converting ER diagram into table format. Now in this video we discuss component of ER diagram and how to convert ER diagram into table format.